Hello and welcome to day 7 of my 12 days of Christmas. I am trying to bring you ideas of gifts that can be given to a stamper and also sharing products that will be retiring out of our holiday mini catalog. So these are available through, I think it's January 4th or while supplies last. So if there's something that you really want, I wouldn't delay because it could sell out. Today we are playing with the Decorated with Happiness bundle. So there's the stamp set. Let me pull the dies out so you can see them. So we've got dies that will cut out the stamped shapes, but then some detailed dies and lots of stars and all sorts of things. I'll show you in the catalog. This is where it is in the catalog. And so you can see they've die cut those, they've die cut, look at this one. So they've die cut it out of white and then a bunch of different glimmer papers and put that in the middle. And the ribbon and stars. So really a nice set today. So what I've been trying to do, like I said, this is retiring. We are going to use this. I'm going to grab it right now. This big detailed one. So I'm trying to share with you things that are retiring, but also ideas of things that a stamper would need. So today, I'm showing you the Take Your Pick tool. Now I have 2 of them. It comes with this gummy end, which I need to probably put another one on there because this is about out of gummy stuff, which is great for picking up things. A spatula, and then you have a pointy end. So they just switch out like that. I leave this one with the spatula. And then, turn it, there we go. And then there's another end that has a scoring thing, but I use either my paper trimmer or my Simply scoring tool for that, so I don't leave that end on. But then I purchased another Take Your Pick tool because you can get an add-on attachment, and that's this brush attachment. And that is great for dies. If you have intricate dies and you want to get all those little pieces out, then you use this. It has a foam mat and you use that. So let's get started. We will do our die cutting first. I'm going to get this out of the way. So I'm using, I think this is Shaded Spruce again. And it's a little bit different color palette, and I'll show you where this Designer Series paper comes from in a minute. But let's do our die cutting. All right. Yes, yesterday when I did this, I forgot to bring you back down after I die cut, so I'll try and do better today and make it come back down when we're done. So we have a piece of Shaded Spruce. And if you're, like we're using this Shaded Spruce mat, if that was big enough, I don't think it is in this case, if that was big enough for whatever you were die cutting or punching, you could do that out of the middle of that, because once you add the white on top, nobody would even know. So that's a good way to make your cardstock go even farther. So let's run this through. And it's a little bit intricate, so I'm going to run it back through. All right. Now, when I did this one before, it didn't stay together, but we'll try and keep it together so that I can show you. Now, I just have an old box that this used to come in that I keep my foam, but this is what you get. You get 2 foam sheets like this. Let's turn this one over. It's getting a little used. And the brush on the end. So when you're done die cutting, you just rub your brush. And those little bristles get in the holes. And it may not get everything out, but it will for sure loosen it and get most of them. And so there's none left in there. And this is, and now there's none, whoop, there's one there. But it's a really easy way to get all of those little pieces out. So that's why I have 2 of them. I don't remember how much they are. They're not real expensive. And that way I can keep one ready for my die cutting and one for everything else. Now, I'll show you that end with the little putty on it is fabulous also. I'm going to put my die away before I lose it. That one probably I wouldn't lose, it's big enough, but it makes me feel better. All right, so let me tell you, yesterday we talked about designer series paper. This is actually a Hostess set of designer series paper. So you can get it, here it is, way in the back. It's called Celebrate Everything. You can get it for $18 if you have a purchase, an order of $150 or more. Or gather some friends together and get an order of $150, then you can get this for $18. You use the rewards that you earn from your party for that. But it is accurate that it says Celebrate Everything. This is going to be really hard to flip through. There's so much here. But like I told you yesterday with the designer series paper, you have very obviously Christmas or 4th of July, but on the other side, just a nice generic. So it really is, this is a really good, and like I said, this is a huge pack. I think it's like 48 sheets. And it will tell you on the back all of the colors that are in there. So if you've got a big order of things you want to get before they are gone, I would consider getting this too. All right. Bone folder. I should do like a video at the end of just all the staples that every crafter, every stamper should have. Let's do our stamping though before we get any farther. So I use the Deckle rectangles. I'm actually going to bring over scratch paper on that to cut this out, to die cut that. It just gives it a little extra texture, and I liked that. So we used shaded spruce to cut out our branches, but they looked kind of stark on there, so I decided to stamp. There is a fill-in stamp. Let me show you. So if you were stamping these together, they have like this would be kind of background for that. Then you've got these that can be for ornaments. This can be for that ornament. So some kind of fill-in stamps, but not necessarily, you know, exact fill-ins. So you'll see when we do the ornament, it's not an exact shape. But I wanted to stamp it off before I put it on here. And it's already, oh, it's got something on there, didn't it? Oh, well, that's all right. It'll be covered up. It's already has some different shading on it anyway. While we have our shaded spruce, let's do our sentiment down here in the corner. This says Boughs of Jolly, which I think is really cute. All right. Now we're ready for our ornament. And I'm using polished pink. So last night, well, Saturday night, I went to a technique class. So I'm in a technique club with my Upline K Cogbill, and that I love doing that because I get to just go stamp. I'm not designing anything. I'm not preparing anything. I just get to go stamp. So that's a lot of fun. And so last night, we used this paper on this card. I don't have this bundle, but how cute is that? It's the gingerbread. I don't remember what the name of the sweet is. And I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, I wish Wink of Stella would show up on camera. Oh, you could see a little bit there on the pink. We colored our gumdrops and our roof with Wink of Stella. And so it's very shimmery. But she used this pink paper. So we've used the back side of this before, I think a lot. You know, with the holly and the candy and the gingerbread. But this pink side is really cute. So we used it, like I said, Saturday night in that technique class. I'm like, I'm going to use it in this. So I'm done with that. That's what I did. And that's why I decided I would make my ornament polished pink. Now this is another color that will be going away at the end of May. So another one that I love that I'll hate to see leaving. And we go through this every year. We're like, oh no, I don't want to lose that. And then every year they come up with something fabulous. So I just put that there as a kind of reference for where I wanted my ornament to be. And then this is the, you can kind of see. Again, it's just more of an abstract, but I want to stamp it off so it doesn't show, so that you can see the outline of the ornament still. And how cute is that? Okay, now we're ready to put this all together. So let's put this on first. And this is just another decal rectangle. It's just the next size up. You could do just rectangles. If you don't have this die set, you can just do rectangles. But I like the extra texture of this deckled edge. All right, now let's put our, so I should have used something I already told you about, and that was the adhesive sheets on this. But of course, I didn't think about that. So we will just we'll just use our liquid glue. And I showed you this was kind of a bonus product yesterday, the silicone craft sheet. It's good if you're going to be doing glue like this because the glue won't stick to the sheet. And I'm purposely not putting it out on the ends because it will go out over the edge of this. So I'll just line those up. I do want to make sure that that is coming out of something, not just hanging in midair. So I probably could have taken my marker, and if I didn't like how that was lining up, just extended that line. I could have done that too, because we do have markers in all of these colors. And I decided I didn't want that sticking out over the edge. So again, because there's a possibility of adhesive, I'll use my non-Stampin' Up! Scissors. There we go. All right, so let's put this on our card base. Again, thick, basic white. This right in the middle. Did I forget to bring you down? Of course I did. One of these days. Oops, now you're all jiggly. One of these days I'll figure out how to do all this, won't I? All right, and then I decided to put this on dimensionals. But we can use our regular size dimensionals now. And this rectangle is small enough. I don't think I need one in the middle. I don't think it's going to sag. If I had one that was more the whole size, you know, like a whole card front, then I would put one in the middle. But this one, I don't think we need it. So put that in the middle of this. And then we needed a little bit of bling. I thought we needed a little bit of bling. So these are they're called red and green adhesive back pearls here. They might even be called something else in the catalog. They do have red and a soft succulent, but I liked the silver with this card. So this is where we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool again. So with this putty end, this is like one of my favorite things. You can pick up these like so easy. So I decided to put one right there. And then you always want to do it in an odd number and in a somewhat triangular shape. So I usually do 3, but you could do 5 or whatever. And there you go. There's our card. But that putty end of that Take Your Pick tool is great for picking up embellishments like that. If you have, so I'll use one of these numbers from the other day. If you can't pick this up, it's great for picking up little pieces of paper. So if you've got, on the card we did the other day, or no, it's this one, isn't it? Let me get the dies back out. If you have die cut a bunch of these little stars and you're trying to glue them on, the easiest thing to do is to put a little dot of glue on there, pick up the star with your Take Your Pick tool and put it on the glue. I mean, this thing is wonderful. If you don't have one of those, you really need one. All right. That's our card for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 8. Don't forget, if you need to give me a wish list for somebody, or if you need to send somebody to buy you Christmas gifts, you can reach me at that email. All right, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.